Oh my gosh!
Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club to a freak show. Turn the club, yeah, we turn the club to a freak show.
Hey guys, Tyler here. Today we're doing another reaction. Oh boy, I'm nervous for this one. So my friend Jay at the ThrillList, the one that's linked in the description of this video, he did a video ranking his top 10, I think 10, yes, should be 10 favorite coasters at Six Flags St. Louis. Oh no, I am so worried. I don't think it can be that bad.
Wrong.
But I know it's going to. So, let's just get right into this. I'm nervous. Let's start that.
Oh man, a Bob Ross shirt. Looking like, he be looking like a snack.
Oh, Jay. Oh, why did you have to do that? Why? Am I getting notifications? That hurteth of my ears.
Wow, I'm a friggin' idiot.
I need to stop being a dumb person.
What's up, thrill seekers? So
Not
today
much, Jay.
I have for you guys another top.
Oh crap! I'm so nervous.
Whatever video.
Top
this
whatever.
one is going to be top 9 roller
Oh,
coasters
9. Okay.
at Six Flags St. Louis. I almost said New England.
No.
Six Flags St. Louis. So if you haven't seen the vlog that I did at Six Flags St. Louis,
Still getting me notifications.
go check it out. It'll just be right there in the corner, right there. Hi card. Anyways, go click that.
Hi card.
I would
That's
suggest
funny.
you watch that before watching this.
Okay, that was really
It's,
off.
in my
I
opinion, a
just said
pretty
it's so
funny
funny.
vlog, and I have a lot of POVs and everything in it, so definitely
Nice.
suggest you checking it out. But if you also haven't seen another video, if you haven't seen the Fiesta Texas top 10, I'll also link that right there in the corner. Go check that out. I did a top 10 at Six Flags Fiesta Texas with
I'm
Colton.
scared, dude. I'm so scared. Oh my
And
gosh.
Basically, it's
Jay,
going to
you're
be a
scaring
similar
me.
style video, except of course I don't have another person here to kind of argue with me, so it might be a little bit of a shorter video.
Oh crap!
But
So
without
I'm
further
gonna be
ado,
arguing with you
let's
now,
get
Jay.
right
Except I haven't
into
written
the
any of
top
these. Actually,
9.
I have. Since
So, starting us off
Okay, if
at
Ninja's
number
not at the
9
bottom.
is Ninja.
Okay.
So
Ninja's at the bottom.
The reason why it is so low is because it hurts.
I was about to say, if Ninja's not at the bottom, I'm literally gonna throw something.
The loop, the first loop was pretty smooth, and then we went into an Immelman, which happened right after the loop, and I banged my head a lot going through that, and then really throughout the rest of the ride. It's not absolutely awful, but it is definitely it's probably in the top 10 worst coasters I've ridden. But it's definitely rough, and it's not really enjoyable. Of course, get it for the credit. It's not one of those rides where I'm like, it's so bad, don't even get it for the credit. But definitely get it for the credit, and then I would suggest not riding it again.
Oh my gosh.
Because it does, at least in my case, cause me head pain. So, yeah. Number 8 is Mine Train. It is the only kid-oriented roller coaster in the park. And it's honestly pretty intense for a mine train. At the end,
what do you mean?
There is like a little bit of a drop. It goes into a tunnel, and it does a little bit of a drop. And it's actually a little bit higher than what most mine trains are. So overall, it's pretty intense for a mine train. So I would suggest, of course, getting it for the credit. And it's not one of those rides where it's going to be super boring. Most likely, you'll actually enjoy riding it. So,
like Mini Mine Train, the craziest coaster
Mine Train. It's not amazing, but it's pretty fun.
You better! Look
now
at this
number
dude.
7 is Boomerang.
Oh,
So
no,
Boomerang
it should have been at the bottom.
No,
Wait.
no.
What do you mean? That should have been the bottoms. Or, no, second to bottom. Boomerangs are like boomerangs. Boomerangs are boomerangs. I don't need to say any more. Vekomas should be at the bottom of the list.
Oh, it's a boomerang. The footage that you're seeing is going to be from Fiesta Texas's boomerang, just because I didn't actually ride boomerang the last time that I went to Six Flags St. Louis because I had done it earlier, so there was no point in riding it again. But overall, from what I remember, it's just a standard boomerang. Nothing too different or anything like that. The setting around it isn't great, which is why it's honestly below Fiesta Texas boomerang, because on that boomerang, you know, you can see the midway and you can see a whole bunch of different
Boomerang at
things.
Fiesta Texas, of course, you can see that
this one
stuff.
at Six Flags St. Louis, it's just kind of on a hillside, kind of tucked away in the back corner of the park. So it's not the prettiest thing, but overall,
of course, it's not the prettiest thing at the roller coaster. What do you mean? It's not cool.
Awesome.
What do you mean?
Terrible. So.
It looks terrible.
And then number 6.
Okay.
Number 6
Screamin'
is
Eagle.
Pandemonium.
Screaming. Okay, I don't want to lose that piece, but. Oh crap, nope. Okay, I need to stop, but I need to freaking work. Okay. Oh crap, did I break it? Oh no, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, screw it. You have Pandemonium above. Oh my gosh, dude. Screamin' Eagle looks terrible. I don't know what you mean.
It is another Pandemonium clone, and in my opinion, since the last video that I did with Colton, I actually have moved all of the boomerangs below the Pandemoniums. Not too much, but I definitely think that Pandemonium is a little bit more fun, especially with my preferences.
Well, it's more fun than a boomerang.
Boomerang gives absolutely zero, none, like no airtime at all. But Pandemonium does give a little bit, especially.
So you're saying boomerang's better because Pandemonium
of the ride. So overall, it's actually.
So you're saying Pandemonium is better because it gives airtime?
Super great for families and kids.
Boomerang is a Vekoma.
And also
of course
great
it's
for
bad.
adults.
Oh, worse than
and yeah, overall, so it's a great
Just happy
family coaster.
accidents.
Then at number 5, number 5 in my opinion is Batman the Ride. So
oh my
Batman
gosh!
the Ride, at least this one is.
No, pause.
I mean, kind of average.
Pause. You are kidding me. Oh my gosh. Okay, I figured out how to put this Anger toy to work. What do you have to say, Anger? See? He's saying no. He might be skipping, but he's saying no. This is one of the most intense coasters I have... Well, not the one in St. Louis in specific, but this is one of the most intense coaster models I've ever ridden. Ugh. Okay, let's get started.
All Batman the Rides are similar. The only difference really is just how smooth they are. Since going to Six Flags St. Louis, I actually got a chance to ride Six Flags Fiesta Texas,
which is
Batman
really
the Ride
good
clone, which is Goliath, and I thought Goliath was crazy, awesomely smooth versus St. Louis's, which definitely has a B&M rattle, and I actually found myself bang my head once or twice. Nothing that actually hurt. It was kind of just like trying not to.
It's not as bad as Batman the Ride at Six Flags
in your neck and stuff. Where I was kind of more focused on that than actually enjoying the ride.
That's my problem with
Batman. Which took away from it a little bit. But overall, it's not a bad ride. I think it's a pretty good ride. We rode it twice, and I'm happy with that. It's definitely re-rideable, but I don't think I could marathon it per se. So overall, pretty average ride, nothing spectacular, but it's definitely a good ride. All right, number 4 is the Boss.
Did I just ruin my cube? Frick. Okay, so that's nice. I don't think I can use my cube anymore. This was very expensive, and I don't think I can use it anymore. Come on, Jay. Really? It's all your fault, man. I'm just kidding, but... The Boss? Really? Okay. I'll admit, that's actually a good spot. But... but Screamin and Eagle should not be at number... Oh, no. What if you put it above... Okay, there's no way. There's no way you're putting it above Freeze.
But just you wait, just you wait.
Famous for being
I know American Thunder's
insanely
number
rough.
1.
I do have to say, those people who tell you that it is rough are telling the truth. It's definitely a rough ride, but it's
Why
not
do you have it
a
above
bad
Batman?
ride because of it. At least in my opinion, I would say not Pandemonium. The Boss is
Not Pandemonium. The Boss.
It's a pretty good ride.
It looks
has
good.
a lot
I
of
think you
airtime,
placed it well.
So
It's
if
just
you
that
love airtime, then
Batman should be
the
higher,
Boss has
and
a lot of it.
Screamin' Eagle
It
should
actually
be
doesn't have a
lower.
seatbelt, so the only thing is the lap bar,
that's
which
cool.
is super awesome because you can get even more airtime out of the hills.
By the way.
And it is super fast and
Fast?
especially
What do you
for a
mean?
wooden coaster
Oh,
and
okay.
super fun.
What do you
So
mean fast? It's the
definitely
Boss.
suggest riding the Boss at least a couple times. I wouldn't say I could marathon it just because after riding it you kind of need at least a 5 to 10 minute break, and that could just be spent walking to another ride, just because of how rough it is. But
Or you can just ride the
I
ride
would
closest.
say it takes away from the ride a little bit, but not too much for me. So yeah, that's the Boss.
Hi, Jay.
And then
Are you gonna
getting
make me mad?
into my top 3. All 3 of these coasters could really be switched around.
All 3.
And I know that a lot of people switch them around a
no.
lot. Especially one of these that is very unpopular.
Oh, no.
It's a very unpopular
No!
opinion.
You're
on
gonna
where
put
I
Screamin'
place-
Eagle at number 2.
place this coaster.
let's get this
But
ready
all
to
of these top 3 are in my top 15. Number 3 is number 15. And then
Oh,
the
no, I
others
think Mr.
are
Freeze
kind
is
of
his number 15.
scattered
Crap.
in there. I think the number
I'm
1
ready.
coaster at Six Flags St. Louis is my number 9. I'm pretty sure right now. So yeah, but starting it off with the number 3, it is Mr. Freeze Reverse.
Okay. I can't break that pamphlet. Jay, if I have to bring out the scissors twice, that's a bad sign. I feel like I could just cut this yo-yo string. I'm not going to. But I could. Oh, Mr. Freeze is at number 2. I know for sure American Thunder is your number 1. That I am not happy with you right now.
Blast. I love this
Yeah,
ride.
it's super intense.
I have no problem with them cloning it. Of course, there are only 2 clones, but in reality, I do wish there were more. It's such a fun
I wish they would clone
ride.
this instead of Boomerang. It's a
Just
much better
getting
shuttle
launched
coaster.
backwards is a super unique experience that you can't really find on many other coasters. So it's
You can't. The
just-
vertical
it's
spike is
super,
amazing.
Super fun to be launched backwards.
It is.
And then of course going up the inverted top hat.
Still, why is it
especially
so
on the
low?
first way around.
I'm okay. I'm not
and
having a
kind
seizure
of
or
in the
anything.
back
Just
row, backish. That's where I prefer to sit because you go
In the back row,
higher
you get
up
the height on the spike. You get first on the...
But in the back row-ish,
Back row is the best.
you definitely get a lot of airtime after going over the
Really, I never
inverted
get
top
airtime on
hat.
this.
And then of course around the cool turnaround, and the spike is so awesome. You get amazing views of the whole park, which is super awesome, and it just feels like you're climbing higher and higher and higher. Of course, you do have a little bit of some magnets propelling you up even farther on the spike, which I think is an amazing kind of touch on the ride. Of course, I know that they kind of have to do it in order for it to make it all around nice and smoothly, but it does really add to it because you just keep going up and up and up, and it feels like you're never stopping. And then the dive down again gives some more awesome airtime. So yeah, I love Mr. Freeze.
Jay, don't do this.
Number 2 is my unpopular opinion. It is Screamin' Eagle.
What?
I don't really give this ride much, not many people talk about this ride a lot, just because it's kind of an
it doesn't
older,
look good.
Wooden
it
coaster,
looks bad.
So it's not really, most people think it's not anything spectacular. I would have to disagree entirely. I would say that this and American Thunder, which is my number 1, which I'll talk about in a second, I think these could be flip-flopped, to be completely honest.
No.
Of course, I said Screamin' Eagle.
You're still playing President.
Keep saying that. I said that in the vlog too. Screamin' Eagle, I think is my number 13 roller coaster right now, maybe even higher than that. It is awesome,
Jay, I think
especially
you're high.
with my preferences.
It's nothing against you. I just think you're high.
Anything about my preferences, then you would know that I love floater airtime more than I like ejector airtime. That's why I was a little bit disappointed with Wicked Cyclone, because I keep hearing from other people like, oh, it's an amazing ride, it's super awesome, right? And I kind of forgot that I prefer floater versus ejector, and of course RMCs are all ejector, with the exception of a couple, which are, of course, Iron Rattler with the crazy drop and the crazy drop off the quarry.
That's ejector.
And also Twisted Timbers. It has the 3 back-to-back airtime hills and all of that stuff.
But that is ejector. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just love
you're saying with the exception of the
and that is why I love Screamin' Eagle.
No, I'm actually really smart, that's why.
It really gives you that stomach feeling, you know, like the falling feeling in your stomach, that I absolutely love on a roller coaster. It's my favorite thing, one of my favorite feelings. So
I love the feeling when I get lots of airtime.
It's a great coaster, and it's definitely underrated, and not talked about enough. So
I think it's talked about. I think you're talking about
don't
it over.
overhype it, because some people don't like it, but in my opinion, it's an awesome ride. And finally, number 1, my number 1 roller coaster at Six Flags St. Louis is, I already said, American Thunder.
You saved me,
American
Jay. I
Thunder
thought I was gonna actually have to
It
rant on you for like an hour
pretty much the same amount of airtime
but I don't.
as Screamin' Eagle, in my opinion, with the floater moments. The drop is great, especially the last bunny hills going into the brake run are super awesome, and I love the twister layout. It really adds to like a whippiness to it, I guess, when you're kind of just going around the hills and kind of turning and kind of flying out of your
Eagle.
seat. It's super awesome. Definitely the best ride in the park, but then again, Screamin' Eagle and American Thunder could switch places. I just like American Thunder more because of the kind of more intensity of it.
Okay.
That's kind of what makes it
like Jay would say if he disagrees with something
for me. So,
fair enough.
Yeah, but really that's it. That's my top 9 roller coasters at Six Flags St. Louis. I know that the title says top 10. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, I did that because a lot of people search top 10 roller coasters, and I wanted my video to pop up on the search bar. So that's why it says top 10, even though it's really a top 9. But yeah, so that's my list. It's super great park with a great top 3, and I definitely do suggest going there. It's an underrated park in my opinion. So yeah, that's really gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did,
I enjoyed
definitely
raging.
smash the thumbs up button.
But I mean, overall, it's a great
comment
list.
down
So
your thoughts on
it's just
my
Screamin' and
list.
Eagle was very
If you
high, but
have
other
any
than that,
disagreements
I think it's
with
actually
it,
a
then I will be
pretty good
getting
list.
back to you.
I think Batman should
and
be at
kind of
number 3 though,
explaining
and
more
Screamin' and Eagle
in-depth
should be
why I think
below.
that. Or you could just roast my list in the comments.
Oh, I'm roasting your
Whatever.
list
I
for this
honestly
video.
don't
That's
care.
what this video is.
Anyways, yeah, that's gonna be it. And as always,
See ya, Jay.
peace out.
See ya, Jay. Okay, so, yeah, overall, it was actually not that bad of a list. He asked me what my prediction was, and so I sent it to him, and I wasn't too terribly far off.
Here was my guess. Yeah, that was actually kind of far off. That's what I think it should be.
So, guys, go check Jay's channel out. I'll have a link in the description. And so, I really want you guys to sub because, yeah, he does good content. That is one brave soul, I'm telling you that. So, anyways, guys, we're gonna end it right here. Peace out.